Blackstone griddles come in so many different sizes. 17, 22, 28, 36 inches. How do you choose which one is best for you? In this video, I'm going to break down the key points of each of these sizes to help you decide which works best for your needs. Stay tuned. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, and I want to help share some tips and tricks to help you live your best outdoor life. If you haven't already, or this is your first time to the channel, and this sounds like something that's needed in your life, go ahead and scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to turn on notifications so you know every time I upload a new video. Deciding which size Blackstone is best for you can seem a little daunting when you're in the store looking at each of the sizes, so I'm glad that you came to YouTube to figure out, how do I make this decision? Let's go ahead and break every size down to help you decide which fits your needs best. So the first size, and the one that I personally have right now, is the 17-inch griddle. This is by far the easiest to transport because it is the smallest and lightest of the options. It works best for up to 4 people, although in my personal experience, 3 is kind of pushing the limit, but 4 does work if you're very well managing the space on your griddle top. This 17-inch griddle can work with a 20-pound propane tank as long as you have an adapter. That's your standard size propane tank that you would find on a grill or an RV. Or it'll also work with the little 1-pound propane tanks that you can buy at the store for camping. It will go through that 1-pound propane tank pretty quickly, so I do recommend getting that adapter and using a 20-pound, but if you're not up to carrying around a 20-pound propane tank, the 1-pound will work perfect for you. Now the 17-inch does only have one single burner and it only has one control. It does make an H pattern underneath the griddle top, so it does have an even distribution of heat, but you don't have control of 2 or 3 or 4 zones in order to modify the temperature across your griddle top. This makes it hard when you're doing things where you maybe want to toast a bun, but you have burgers grilling on the other side where you need the temperature higher. You just kind of have to manage that time a little bit more, and things will cook quickly if you have a higher temperature item and you have it running higher. I personally just cook low and slow. Who cares if it takes a little longer as long as it tastes good. Now your next option is the 22-inch griddle. This again is pretty easy to transport as it is mobile. It is built specifically to be transported, so you don't have like a leg or a table at the bottom that's going to be in your way. So you do have that transportability, which is nice. And with the 22-inch, I'm going to assume it works best for 6 to 8 people, or if you have a family that eats a lot, maybe that family size group. Now again with this one, you can use a 1-pound or a 20-pound propane tank with an adapter. So if you don't want to carry that 20-pound tank, you can use 1-pound tanks. But I do again recommend the 20-pound propane tank. I haven't gone through a 20-pound propane tank the entire season with using it pretty much every other weekend. Now this is where the 22-inch definitely shines over that 17-inch. If you're looking for portability, this is the one I would go with for sure. You do have 2 burners that you're able to independently control. That allows you to have half the griddle running at a higher temperature and half the griddle running at a lower temperature, so you can cook different temperature items without having to worry too much. Now if you're watching this video and you're looking at this mug right here and wondering, man, how can I get myself one of these? You can right now. Head over to campfirecoffee.com. You can check out our great selection of merch for any outdoor addict, or you can pick up some coffee or a mug. So the next size up, and probably the second hardest to move just based on the fact of how it's built, is the 28-inch griddle. So again, this one is a little bit harder to move. It's not super heavy. It does have the ability to move, but it does have legs, casters, and then of course a shelf on the bottom for you to store things. So this is more of one that I'd look for like a permanent campsite or to use at your house. This is gonna really shine in that aspect. This works best for small crowds. They claim you can cook up to 44 hot dogs on the surface, which is pretty cool. So if you're going tailgating, having some family and friends over for dinner, this is gonna work best in your situation. Now based on the sheer size of this unit, it does run on only 20-pound propane tanks, so that again makes it a little bit difficult to transport if you're someone who can't maybe lift the extra weight for that 20-pound propane tank. You can only use that on this unit. And just like the 22-inch griddle, this does have 2 independently controlled burners, so you can run one temperature on one side, one temperature on the other, and be able to manage your griddle top heat that way. Now the biggest option that we have here is the 36-inch griddle. Just due to the size and again how it's built with the shelf and the legs, this is going to be your hardest to transport. Don't get me wrong, Both this and the 28-inch are doable if you need to move them. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to move. This works for large groups, all the way down to the 2 people. So this is another great unit to use at home or at a permanent campsite, or if you go out with a lot of friends and you do a lot of the cooking, this again is going to be a great option for you to have. Again, based on the size, this does only work on 20-pound propane tanks, so no 1-pound bottles will work with this unit. And you do have a lot more control of the burner temperatures. You do have 4 independent burners that you can adjust based on your needs for cooking. Choosing which griddle works best for you is going to be something you have to really think about based on your needs. We talked about the 17-inch, how it's good for a smaller group but very portable, all the way up to the 36-inch, which is harder to transport but works for a larger group of people. Hopefully now you can choose which griddle works best in your situation. Which one are you going to purchase? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If this video helped you make that choice, shoot this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.